Am I really doing this? Okay, so let's do this. Hello guys and welcome back to my vlog. If you've been here before, if this is your first time here, welcome. And this is my baby Lawin. He's already 4 months. And he's going to listen in while I do my spiel because this is just how moms do it at this point. I don't have a yaya. He's awake, doesn't want to nap, but this needs to be done, so let's do it. I wanted this vlog to be just a very quick discussion or sharing of what I did during his first trimester, specifically how I played with him and how I tried to keep him entertained from 0 up to 3 months. So, syempre, when he was a newborn, during the first few weeks, all he did was sleep and then wake up to eat and then go back to napping. But he likes the light. But of course, when he hit his first month, he started being awake much longer in between his naps and his feeds. I started thinking of what could I be doing to help him along with his development, with his motor skills and all of that. The things that I did, they were a mix of things I discovered on my own and of course things I read about and heard about from all of the people who gave me advice and all of the blogs I read, the classes I attended. So if you're interested to learn what you can also do to play with your 0 to 3 month old, then just stay tuned. So these were just a few things. Okay, and I have a código, so I keep looking down. Okay, so what did we do before you turned 3 months, 4 months? Okay, so the first thing we started doing was a lot of tummy time. So tummy time is really the top thing that doctors and development experts tell you to do with your newborn. So we did it as early as possible. So I think we started doing it on his first week because we had a normal delivery, fortunately. Very, very thankful for that. And according to what I've read, it's really good for developing muscles. So it's to help him strengthen his back, his arms, his legs, and to help him in preparation for crawling, for sitting up, and then later on for walking and running and jumping, right? So yeah, we did a lot of tummy time. So we did it almost every day. Actually, well, yeah, almost every day. So we tried to keep him on his tummy for as long as he wanted to and as long as he could tolerate it. So at first he didn't like tummy time, of course, like a lot of newborn babies. He had really so much difficulty lifting his head. He would get irritated. He would want to be carried right away. But eventually he started liking it, and up to right now we're still doing tummy time, and he could do it for as long as 15 minutes at a time, and we do it several times a day. So up to an hour is what people recommend, but I don't think I'm reaching that. But I could say with certainty that we do a lot of tummy time. So what happens during tummy time? Well, at first it was just me in front of him, encouraging him. Then later on, I would ply him with some small few toys. So he doesn't have a lot of toys because we're raising him right now in lockdown and I'm not going to the malls, and I really don't feel confident about ordering a lot of toys online. So just the few toys that he managed to have before the lockdown, I would put that in front of him, and he would be very, very captivated by it. And then eventually I was able to order some small books like this one. So these were from a Darna house, and what I would do is I would just prop it open to a page that he liked. So he likes the one really big pictures, and then he would just look at it like what he's doing now. Yeah, and then he would just pretend that he's reading. So that's what we did for tummy time. And now that he's a little bigger and he could do more of it, I would also place mirrors. Sometimes this phone, we would do it on selfie cam like this. And then sometimes it would be me, it would be his daddy, lolas and lolas. So he loves tummy time right now, and I think it paid off because as early as 3 months, I think, or before he turned 3 months, he was already able to lift his head. And lately, and he's also started rolling left and right. And I think now he's starting to use his hands to push himself up further. So good job. So that's what we've done, tummy time. And okay, so another thing we did a lot of was singing. So I'm not a good singer, but I love singing. And apparently babies also love hearing their moms sing and their dads sing. So before bedtime or when he wakes up in the morning, we would just lie in the bed, and then we would be beside him or over him, and then we would just sing him a lot of nursery rhymes. And sometimes he tries to sing along, so it's very funny, I think. So it's good for babies to listen to a lot of music, so that's very good for them. They're fascinated by it. So of course, I don't just rely on my own voice. Sometimes it would be things I would play on Spotify. Yes, you're so patient. Things I would play on Spotify, so I would sing along to some nursery rhymes. Sometimes it would be just classical music. A lot of times it would be songs that I made up on my own. So that's what I did, a lot of singing. And connected to that, one other way that people don't expect to be playtime, but it's actually playtime, is to talk with their baby. So conversations is actually one good playtime activity to have with your newborn. So I'm very talkative, my husband is very talkative, and we would talk a lot to this one, and it's actually starting to become very talkative. So I'll try to insert a video of him like cooing, making consonants, screaming. He's starting to screech now, and he actually does a lot of that. We would talk with him. If you're not sure of what to talk with your baby, you can try something they call broadcasting. So basically, that's you just narrating to your baby what's going on. So for example, if I'm changing his diaper, I would say, "Okay, Lawin, I'm changing your diaper now. I'm taking off the tape. Now I'm going to wipe down your bum. And now here's a fresh diaper so that you feel good and you feel great," and so on. So it's just good to keep talking with them so that they understand how conversations work, so they learn to practice how to have a conversation. And at the same time, talking to them, not in baby talk, but like in proper, sentences, as what I'm doing right now, hopefully. That also helps them build their vocabulary and become more familiar with words. Yes. See? You're having a conversation now? Can we demonstrate to them? No? He's so fascinated by our curtains because they're heavily printed. So up to now, he still loves having these conversations, and I think it's his favorite bonding activity with us. So I think what's gonna happen is he's going to become a communicator, hopefully, like mom, like dad, a storyteller, a debater. What? Okay. Another playtime activity idea you could try is exploration. So, admittedly, obviously, since we're on lockdown and we can't go outside or travel, I don't go outside. Just a disclaimer. Oh, yes, I wish we could go outside, right? But we do have a rooftop, we have the garage, we just go out like literally like beside the gate. We have a vacant lot beside our house, and there's a couple of trees and plants there. So I would take him outside like in the morning, especially when he was still getting his daily sunlight, and then I would describe what we're seeing. I would point out to him the sky. I would point out to him our dog, the birds, and so on, just so he could have like a different scenery aside from his bedroom, the living room, and so on. Of course, aside from these activities, we did manage to give him a few toys during his first 3 months. So his favorites were the Winkle and his rattle. The Winkle was his real first toy, and he loves it so much. So he loves the colors, the sizes of the rings are perfect for gripping, and even its texture makes it convenient for an early teether. So I really, really love it, and he really loves it. He gets so fascinated when we wave it in front of his face. And up to now, oh, he's sleeping. It's time for his nap time. Nap time na. Nap time na. Okay, let mommy just finish her spiel, okay? So he loves the Winkle, and I love it too. That's our favorite toy. And aside from that, he also loves. So I have a box of toys here. His rattle. So the sound makes him focus. So we would just wave that in front of his face when we want him to calm down, or when he's about to change his diaper, and so on. So that keeps him preoccupied. So there. So now I think we upgraded a bit. Now that he's 4 months, he has a few other toys, sensory toys that we try to keep him engaged with. But of course, I'll be sharing that with like an older baby update later on. But at least for the first 3 months, it was the Winkle, the Rattle, and the little board books that we use for tummy time. Okay, so but aside from toys, actually, what really, really entertained him were, you wouldn't believe, it was really his burp cloth, like the lampin. the plain old white palengke lamping, and my hands. So, ganyan. So, if I would just wave those in front of his face, it would keep him super, super preoccupied. And he gets fascinated, like if he sees like my towel like being blown by the electric fan moving, the curtains moving. He gets so fascinated by that. So, yeah, even without a toy, I would just wave those things in front of his face, and he would be so happy. Like he would even laugh sometimes. He would be so fascinated if we take it out, and so on. Okay, so there you go. So my little boy needs to nap in a bit, obviously, but he had a great time listening to me, telling you, hopefully, all the ways that I played with him during his first trimester. And there, so if you want to hear more tips about how to play with your newborn, or any questions in general, like why he has a bald spot, well, he had cradle cap and it's healed now, and so on, I'll be sharing more videos hopefully later on, when we have a better schedule. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to us. Bye. Say bye. Say bye.